Let me give you a Bible philosophy that teaches how to get whatever you want. That's the title of the next set of notes. How to get whatever you want from the Bible. Now again, I'm an amateur when it comes to the Bible. I'm not a pro. But this I can quote, and I think that'll be sufficient. How to get whatever you want. Here's what it says if you're ready. It says, ask, that's it. End of notes. Ask. If there's one art in life to learn extremely well, that's got to be one of them. The art of asking. What does ask mean? Ask means, what do you want? And the formula is staggering. It says ask and what? A guy ought to look into that. He says, yeah, but you work where I work. By the time you struggle home, it's late. You got to eat a bite of supper, watch a little TV, get to bed. You can't sit up half the night. Ask, ask, ask. And the guys behind. See, you've got to be better than a good worker. You've got to be a good asker.
Life will pay whatever price you ask of it. But you know what's interesting? You got to ask intelligently. In the Bible it says, ask and you shall what? Yeah, pretty good formula. You ought to look into it. But you know what? It says, ask and you shall receive, but I'm sure it meant ask intelligently. I'm sure that's what God meant. I'm sure he didn't mean bitch and you will receive. Whine and you will receive. I don't think that was the instruction. Now, if you were going to ask intelligently, there might be 5 elements of that. Number one, you'd have to ask specifically, wouldn't you? You wouldn't ask in a general way. People do it all the time. They go, I want more money. Fine, here's $1. Get out of here. Very often, you're getting what you're asking for. You're just not aware of how general you're asking. Clarity is power. The more clear you are about exactly what it is you want, the more your brain knows how to get there. Your brain is a servo mechanism. It's like a bomb. Those bombs, those missiles, they have a servo mechanism. So if the target moves, it knows what the target is. It follows it. Your brain, when you condition it, knows exactly what to go for and it'll find a way to get there. Did you ever buy a certain outfit or a certain car and suddenly see that car outfit everywhere? How many of you have had that experience? Say, aye. How come that car outfit's everywhere? It always was everywhere, but now you notice it. And the reason is because there's a part of your brain called the reticular activating system, the RAS. That part of your brain determines what you notice and what you don't notice. Your brain spends most of its time trying to make sure you don't notice because you'll go crazy if you notice everything. But when you decide what's most important to you, your brain goes after it. Everyone I know who's successful builds what I call an RPM plan. An RPM is built on the metaphor that the way to get from where you are to where do you want to go to the fastest is you got to build power, like in a car, RPMs. And the R stands for they know the result they're after. They know what they want precisely. If you don't know exactly what you want or you let yourself get beyond that into something general, you're not going to achieve it. Clarity is power. You've got to know the specific result you're after. What do you want? If you can't answer that question right now in your personal life, in your body, in your relationships, in your finances, in your spirituality, then you're not going to be as fulfilled as you want to be.
Now let me give you 3 key points on asking and receiving. This can do it. Number 1, asking is the beginning of receiving. Asking starts a unique process, mental and emotional. I don't even know how it works. All I know is it works. It's like pushing a button and all this machinery starts working. I don't know how. It just works. There's a lot of things you don't need to know how. Just work them. Some people are always studying the roots. Others are picking the fruit. I mean, it depends on what end of it you want in on. Asking is the beginning of receiving, so start the process. Here's number 2. Receiving is not the problem. Receiving is automatic. Now, if that's true, receiving is not the problem, what's the problem? Failure to ask might be one of your major problems. I don't know. Check it out. The guy says, oh, now I see it. I got up last year and hit it every day. but there's not a scrap of paper with my goals on it. Good worker, poor asker. So you got to change that. Here's number 3. Receiving is like the ocean. There's plenty, especially in California. It's like an ocean here. Success is not in short supply. It isn't rationed, and you stepped up to the window and it was all gone. No, no, no. It's like an ocean here. Now, if that's true, what's the problem? Well, some people go to the ocean with a teaspoon. Have you got the picture? See, what you want to do in view of the size of the ocean is trade your teaspoon for at least a bucket, and you'll look better down at the ocean. Kids won't make fun of you, right?
The second part of it, you got to know, P, why you're doing it. Because you know what? You may get a big goal as soon as I want to make $1 billion. I want to bring peace to the earth. Why? Because as soon as you come up with a goal, all the obstacles show up. Unless you've got enough emotional drive to break through that, you're never going to discover what it really takes. So you got to get yourself past that. And the way to get past that is have enough reasons. Reasons come first, answers come second. This man did not know what he wanted. He did not have enough reasons. To ask intelligently, you got to ask specifically. To ask intelligently, you got to know why you want it, have enough drive to make it happen, enough juice to make it happen. If you don't have enough reasons, you will not make it happen. And the M is, what is your massive action plan? What is going to get you to actually follow through? Because the first plan's not going to work and the second plan's going to work, so you better have enough plans that if the first two don't work, you still got something else. Otherwise, you're going to be having excuses why it didn't work. So asking intelligently requires that.
Now, there's 2 ways to ask, and we'll wrap up goal setting. 2 ways. Here's number 1. Ask with intelligence. It didn't say ask intelligently, but I'm sure it meant that. Don't mumble. You don't get anything by mumbling. Be clear. Be specific. Intelligent asking means how wide, how high, how soon, when, what size, what color, how much. Define what you want and describe what you want. That's powerful. In the weekend seminar we teach, goals become like a magnet. They pull you that direction. And the better you describe them, the more they pull. So ask intelligently. Here's number 2. Ask with faith. That's the childish part of the equation. Believe you can get what you want like a child. Not an adult. Adults are too skeptical. So the formula really reads, make plans like an adult and believe in them like a child. And the most incredible things will happen. Just try it for 90 days. Just try it. You can always go back to the old ways. Just try it, just 90 days, 90 days. Now here's the last qualifying phrase on goal setting, as we promised to qualify everything. And it simply goes like this. Remember, you won't get everything you want. And we've already studied the reason for that. Simply, sometimes it hails on your crop and rains on your parade. It's that kind of planet. So you won't get everything you want, but if you will work this goal-setting formula, you can get plenty for wealth and happiness.
There are 6 golden steps to receiving what we ask from the universe. Step 1 is to be specific when asking. One of the biggest pitfalls that people fall into when asking the universe for their desires is to not be sure of what they want and also not be sure of why they want what they want. You might ask the universe to be rich, but what does being rich mean to you? Being rich and wealthy means different things to different people. You have to ask yourself what being rich and wealthy truly means to you. Is it a certain amount in your bank account? Is it a certain salary? Is it being able to take X amount of holidays per year? Is it being able to support a family and live comfortably? It's crucial to identify what the outcome looks like to you. It's important when going through this process of identifying your desires and figuring out what you're going to ask the universe for, that you listen to your emotions. If you're not supercharged with momentum and motivation once you begin to think of these desires, then they might not be the right ones for you. Try to envision your desired future with all of the details that you can muster. This will allow you to be specific. This will allow you to understand what it will take to get there. Step 2 of the manifestation process is to ask and then let it go. Once you've asked the universe for something, it's time to let it go, relax, and go about your daily life. The response that we'll be looking for exists outside of our mind, so there's no use in dwelling upon it. Simply make your request to the universe and then go about your business. It's similar to writing a letter, sealing it, and sending it off. Step 3 of the manifestation process is to be patient. Change rarely occurs in an instant. It takes time for the universe to respond and create the ideal environment for you. It's a gradual process, and it takes trusting in this process to truly push out to the other side. Being impatient with the universe will only impede this process. It will also interfere with the process of gratitude, which is the process in which supercharges manifestation. Step number 4 of the manifestation process is to watch for the signs. The universe's response will not always be obvious. We'll have to keep our eyes open for opportunities and situations that we can leverage to take us further down our path to success. For instance, if our request is for a new job is rarely going to pop up out of the blue. We must tune our thought frequencies to be more aware of the opportunities in front of us. Also, during the process of being aware of opportunities, realize that we must continue to take actions forward. Remember that opportunity favors action. We must keep our momentum going forward and keep taking one step at a time towards our ultimate desires. We must take advantage of the opportunities that come across and then work them and figure out quickly if they're serving us or not. It's through this process of trial and error that we'll truly find the right path for us. Step 5 of the manifestation process is to trust that the universe will know what's right for you. Oftentimes, the environments and the situations that the universe presents to us doesn't directly align with what we first set out to do, but it ends up being what was truly right for us. For example, think of an individual that wants to change the world, who has high ambitions to have a huge impact on the world around them. They reach a certain level of success and they become complacent, and they stay stagnant in this level of success because it's comfortable to them. The universe will then make the situations uncomfortable for that person in order to push them to fulfill their true potential that they know that they always had and that they carried within themselves. Sometimes what we think is the ideal situation and what truly is are two different things. Trust that the universe will always work in your favor and put you where you are supposed to be. Step 6 of the manifestation process is to be thankful. When you receive certain signs and opportunities from the universe that align with your true purpose, remember to get into a state of gratitude and communicate to the universe that you're thankful for that. This will supercharge the manifestation process, and it will also solidify and clarify what it is you truly want so that you can renew and ask again. Repeating steps 1 through 6 of this manifestation process is how you truly step up the ladder of success and fulfillment in life, and you become a captain of your ship and a navigator of your life purpose. Thanks for coming by today. Watch this video next if you want to stick around, and I'll see you guys in the next one.